Hey guys, Mike here. This is my boat trailer. I'm turning into a kayak trailer. I'm probably going to do a series on this because I don't have enough time to knock the whole thing out for one video. Besides, that video would probably be 6, 7, 8 hours long, even with editing. So let's start doing a walk around and let me show you what needs to go first. This needs to go. Don't trust it. The safety chains, we'll take a look at those, make sure they're okay. It's going to need to be completely rewired for lights because I want this thing bright. I do have an issue with this up here. I don't like that. Looks like they stitched it back together and didn't do a very good job. Plus it's bent right there. I may cut 12 to 14 inches of that out and slide the tongue back, which would work to my advantage. Got to try to see if I can't clean up some of these booger welds. It doesn't matter too much to me. And then off the rear, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut off 6 to 8 inches because of how this is welded on here. I don't know if I can cut that with a grinder and get it even or not. I think it's best to start off fresh. Today's project is I'm gonna try to get the wood off of it, try to get these 3 pipes out of it so I can start measuring for runners. And I think it'd be best to move it over here on the driveway so the trailer is level, or I can get the trailer more level. So let's get to work. Okay guys, I think I got you where you can see me. We're going to take off this first rail first. So I can get all this wood off of here. That's off there now. Too bad I have to move all this metal to get anything more accomplished. Let's do another nut. Where did it fall? Now I'll find that nut here in a second. I want to hang on to any hardware that I might need in the future. That's loud. That's a pretty good piece of angle iron. Trash. More trash. All these dang nails, I definitely don't want to get in the tires. More trash. More trash. More trash. Nails. Trash. I'm about to make a trip to the dump. Somebody started making this into a trailer, and I don't know what they were thinking. Trash. Trash. Alright. Step one's done. Now, I lightly tacked it there. These pipes have got to go. And then again, yeah, the pipe's got to go on. Let's see how fun it is to cut out one of the pipes. Now let's re-look at this. They only welded it here. Y'all probably can't see me here and here, but it's all beat up. I think I'm just going to cut that off. Sorry, y'all couldn't see me. But as you can tell, these pipes are tacked there, and heck, this one's not even tacked in the front. Can y'all see that? Now tacked in the front. Let me see how hard one is to cut out. Ah. Might have to get out the plasma. I think I'm going to get out the plasma and cut out the rest of those. So let me get those cut out, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay guys, I cut off 9 inches off the rear and got that even. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet, but I did get rid of this big old chunk of steel in the back. I don't need that. I got it jacked up on jack stands so I can repack bearings, get bearing buddies and all that for the axle. I am very undecisive right now of what I'm going to do in the front end. Either way, it's going to be a lot of grinding, cutting with the grinder, but I've got to get some of those waves out of there. I want it to look as nice as possible, which also I got to remove the spare tire rack, and I'd kind of like to keep that thing because the spare tire would mount right there and so nicely. I might have to cut it out and weld it back in. I don't know yet. I got to do a lot of wire wheeling to get all the old paint off here. I did think about seeing how I was just carrying a couple kayaks to get rid of that double wall right there, because it is double walled. but then I decided I'm going to keep that extra strength, especially right over the springs. What this trailer is made out of is plenty sufficient to carry a couple kayaks. I'm going to get all new wiring for it. I'm going to have to move that tongue jack back so I can use it, because the kayaks ain't going to bother it. I'd like to get a tongue toolbox for the front of it, but it's going to be a little bit of work, but I think I'm going to turn it into what I want. But I'm cleaning up for tonight and going in. It's starting to get chilly and dark, and I'm starting to get hungry. So there you go. Let's see what I can get done maybe tomorrow. I hope y'all can see this okay. Well, what I did, made a phone call to my brother, and he told me to go ahead and use the material I got, because I couldn't figure out what to do on this rear end of this trailer. So I don't know how well you can tell, but I put that piece of pipe back in, and then I dovetailed it. So, and this kind of works to my advantage too. So if I'm coming on or off with the kayak and I happen to miss my reels, I'm not hitting something square that could possibly damage the kayak. So I dovetailed this down, and then I may cut this off, I'm not sure yet, or I might put a relief cut in it and bend it up. I hadn't figured out what I'm going to do there yet, but I really do like this round pipe and a dovetail section. I need to put a little bit more weld right there. That way, if I come up with a kayak, I'm hitting something round, more forgiving, to the front of the kayak. And I still yet have to do this side. But these, right there, those steps for the boat, old boat, I think I'm going to cut them off and build some new ones, because I'd like the front one in front of the fender a little bit longer, so on either side I can stand up on it and strap down the kayak or whatever I need to do. I made a decision up here. I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, those two braces, because I want to measure it, and I'm going to add some braces where an ice chest can go somewhere up in here, so I'm not having to lift that heavy thing on and off from the back of the pickup when I go fishing. So anyway, why don't we get to work and quit gabbing so y'all can watch and see what I do here. So what I did here is I found the exact top of that pipe, and I drew me a line, and then I drew me another line right here so I can pie it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go that far back. I'm probably right about in here. It'll be a good spot. And this time I'm not going to pie it as big as I did yesterday, because I had a gap to fill up. But I think that'll work. Touching that, that's for sure. Let me go get a beating device. So let's go in here and grab this. I know it's going to be hot. this might be a little loud. All I did was a bigger hammer might help. I think I'm going to take a little bit more out of it. Yeah, I got a long ways to go. Get it where it looks like I'm still going to have a big gap. I might have to get a bigger hammer. I'm going to have a big old gap to fill up.
I've never seen anything like what happened. Okay? That's like, I'm like.
Now, there's a pretty good little dovetail. I got to do a bunch of welding. I can't hear crap after beating that with a hammer. Make sure you wear your hearing protection when you're out here doing this crap.
Oh, dang. Almost forgot my safety glasses.
That's how I dovetailed it. I got to fill in some weld. I got to do a bunch of grinding. So let's get busy. Alright, let's see if we can't stitch this up a little bit. I ain't saying I'm the best welder in the world, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, apparently, guys, don't be a dummy like me. Make sure you grind the area off so you have good penetration. I just forget little steps. I'm willing to bet it welds a little bit better now. Watch your ass. Yeah, I really don't want to bore you all this with this filling in my 2 wide of gap weld. I'm not saying this is perfect. I'm a guy that learns every single day. Right now I'm trying to fill up the gap. As soon as I get this gap filled up and get it welded, I'll show you all the end results. Well, guys, that's what it turned out to look like. I know that you can see some lines right there, and I know y'all can see some lines right there. Y'all go ahead and criticize me. I don't care. A little bit of paint, primer, nobody will see that anyway. I'm learning every day, and if y'all want to criticize me, go ahead. But I filled up one heck of a gap there, if y'all didn't notice before. So now I got to come over here, and I got to build weld so I can round it like I did the other side. Probably not the way that a lot of people would do it, but I want to make sure this is welded real good to that pipe. And then I got to go around this pipe again and weld it. So let's start that procedure. I think that turned out pretty good for as big as gap as I got, and as crappy as welder as I got. Actually, that little sliver I cut out from over here, I'm gonna put this right here so I can get a better, so I don't have to use as much weld and still get my good weld. And then I can cut that off with the grinder, make it flush, and it also fills up this little round hole where the old lights used to be. So that's actually gonna look better. I'm gonna go ahead and do it that way, and I'm gonna gob the weld on here. I'm not gonna lie. That way I can grind it and make the round curvature I want. This is doing everything on a budget, reusing material, doing everything I can. If y'all don't like this idea, but I just thought, hey, maybe some filler metal won't take as much weld up. So I'm learning as we go. Probably still not the right way to do it, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Let me go ahead and get welding. Oh man, guys, it's working a lot better than the other side. Then I can beat it with a hammer and get it right in place. Let's see, oh crap. Grab the hammer. Now I can take the welder and go down and up and down and up, fill in this little bit of a gap right there. And that should be golden. And I can round it. Ah, get off of there. I think I'm burning through that pipe. Boy, there's going to be a lot of weld in that. Alright, let me do some grinding. Okay guys, this didn't turn out as pretty as the other side. I'm aware of that, but it's not going anywhere. I'll do a little bit more grinding on it. I think I had my welder too hot and I was melting this pipe on this end, which was totally opposite of the other end for some reason. But there, I got me another good little dovetail. I'll do some more grinding on that and call that good. I'll slap some filler or something on it just to make sure that some of that doesn't show. But when you're working with used materials and thin materials and still trying to learn how to weld fairly decent, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to do a little bit more grinding on it. Oops, sorry guys. Let me get you positioned. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Heck, that right there made that look a lot better anyway. Let's go ahead and touch it, dummy. So, I know that ain't the prettiest thing, but that is going to protect that kayak just in case it hits right there. And I don't think, yeah, they're about even. That's going to look pretty good. Get some paint on that, nobody's ever going to notice. They're just going to be more curious how I came up with this kayak trailer. I think the next step is I'm going to cut off those rails. So, I hope you are liking it. And another thing I want to say right quick is every Thursday night in between 6 and 8 Central Time is the time I'm going to release my videos. So I hope y'all keep watching. Thank you.